critical vehicle functions.
Tiger fans are on their feet.
As they should be.
He pulls it in for the 25-yard touchdown in Erie, Colorado. You are title town today. Tigers are on top by 2 scores.
Hello and welcome in live to the Erie Tiger Network here at Tiger Stadium. You are looking live upon the Tiger Stadium field as we are getting set for this lacrosse matchup between your Erie Tigers and the visiting Telluride Miners. And so, heck, matchup maybe of a couple minor towns, if you will. But we are getting ready to get started here in this game. They are going to have the national anthem here in just a moment. But we are at the quarterfinals, if you can believe that. As, well, let's talk a little bit about how we got to this point in terms of both of these teams being here. The Tigers, of course, they are the 2 seed. They had the nice bye coming into last round, and then they took on a Green Mountain team that they just executed at a very high level against. And that's where they find themselves against Telluride today, but we will listen to the national anthem first.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was our own Paul Stasina regaling us with the national anthem. Thank you, Mr. Stasina. He is now announcing the starting lineups here for both teams. Right before the national anthem, we were talking about the path to get here. Lutheran, they were the 7 seed. They had a bye, and it was Telluride that came in. And I think people thought maybe Lutheran was the favorite. Well, Telluride, they knocked the doors off Eagle Valley 15-8 in the first round. Then Telluride, they rolled into Lutheran High School and won it 11-8. And so the Tigers playing a scrappy team from Telluride, a long drive to get here, an earlier start time. And I tell you what, these These teams that come across the mountains from the western slope, they are always so gritty and tough to play against because it's a long bus ride back home. So expect there to be a handful from this Telluride team here tonight. But the Tigers, they ain't no slouch either. The number 2 seed coming in to this one. The Tigers on the season 13-3. They are only a 1-game win streak. Lost that finale to Cheyenne Mountain, the 1 seed. You look at Telluride and their path. We already mentioned the 11 seed, but guess what? They are 13-3 as well. They're 9-1 in league play. They lost to Holy Family, Fruita Monument, and these two teams have played before. Erie knocked off Telluride 14-3 the last time they played. But I tell you what, play a team a second time and it's in the playoffs. Never, ever take them for granted. We expect a good one here. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll have the opening face-off here on the Erie Tiger Network. And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. We are live just after the opening face-off, so glad you could join us here. Sorry, we did not realize our settings were set to private to start this, but we have updated it, and now hopefully you are watching and available, and perhaps Mr. Stasina could even give an announcement that this game is live on the ETN because we were private and now we're public, so we are up and on the air. Goodness. So we apologize for that. But opening possession here for the Tigers as they take it in behind the Telluride net. That's Charlie O'Brien with it at the X. O'Brien trying to get out front. The jump shot, the turnaround that bounces just wide, and Davis Mundy closest there for the Tigers. Mundy will get it here in the near corner. Mundy spins. Now he'll pick it off the turf. Now O'Brien with it. Little stutter step. Whips it up top. Just under the crossbar. And the Tigers, they have the opening goal of this game. And what a shot it was. Just absolutely rifling that. Charlie O'Brien. As you take a look here, and Charlie, just the nice little stutter, and man, he whipped that, and that's kind of offhanded for him, almost a left-handed shot he took there, typically the righty, but he buried that into the back of the net. So Tigers lead it 1-0 here early, and man, this Tiger squad, they came out focused and with a purpose in that game against Green Mountain. I think even Coach Mandia probably expected maybe a tighter battle, and so far, Tigers, they capitalize and cash in on their opening possession of this game. Telluride trying to clear the ball. Tigers walling off midfield. They do get it across. Bringing it in is Betts. Betts looking. That's an attacking junior midfielder for this Telluride team. Betts wheels it off to a player we don't have on our roster. So maybe Telluride fans watching at home, you can tell us in the chat who number 18 is. We don't have an 18 on our Telluride roster. I'll whip it back across for Lucas Betts. Again, back to our mystery player, number 18. Off to Markley. Gus Markley, a freshman, lost the ball. Getting slapped, he'll pick it up off the turf. Betts tried to feed it in front. Good pass, good shot, and buried home. So an answering goal there from Telluride. And was started here. Good ball movement in there to the X. Look at this nice little pass. Just a little cut there and just the dump there past Selters, and it is 1-1. And not quite sure who had that goal for Telluride. I'll try and look at that again in the replay. Folks, we just need to make an adjustment to our camera, so you might hear our audio drop off for just a moment. Sorry about that. We just wanted to get our second camera kind of coached up a little bit. A crew that we were able to fill at the last minute. Some intro to mass media students. First time on a broadcast all semester. So Tigers in the attacking third. Ryan Burns with it. And he'll reset the offense here. And our cameraman a little bit lost, but here comes Burns into frame. Burns across to Cooper Riley. Nice catch, drive, fake, and a little bouncing shot. And a nice one there for the Tigers. That was Liam Connors who buried it home. And you take a look at this one. See how nicely our cameraman was able to follow. And there's Connors, the nice fake, and just buried it home. And man, what a job by Liam Connors and Charlie O'Brien this season for the Tigers. They are certainly a potent 1-2 punch. And you look at the stats for these two just outstanding lacrosse players that'll both play D1 lacrosse. Charlie O'Brien, 58 goals. Liam Connors, 42 on the season. And so what a fantastic 1-2 punch that is. So Telluride will bring it into the offensive zone here. That's Gus Markley with it. And we're trying to peek in on our YouTube chat so that maybe one of you Telluride folks that's watching back at home can let us know who that number 18 is. We're still trying to figure that out here. Big shot, that one whistles wide. But we'll stay here with the Miners. And tell you what, I don't know what the heck is going on with our YouTube stream. Apologize for the drop here. Check. Okay. Telluride still in the attack. That shot glances off the side of the net and picked up here by the Tigers. They'll try and bring a clearance across midfield here. Mason Schenecker, our cameraman up top. That one tapped away but picked up by a Tiger. Now they'll be able to set in the offensive zone here as Connors will sit on the ball and wait for Burns and company to check in here. Well, I think everything going good on your end. Our end, maybe not as much, so I apologize if we're trying to do too many adjustments on the fly, and everything I think is working just fine on your end, so we'll just keep doing our thing. How about that? Tigers on the attack here. That's that's Ryan Burns with it. Burns looking for a cutter in the middle. Now Mundy, wide open shot, just missed the crossbar high. That one had some steam on it off the stick of Owen Karras. Now Tigers on the restart. Nice pass, backdoor, little one-touch, little boop, right into the back of the net. And that's Charlie O'Brien. And how about this pass as we take a look at it in there from a tighter angle. And you'll see Charlie, he just cut. In fact, our cameraman lost him. And we'll show you that again from a different angle. But that was a heck of a pass. It was a good cut by O'Brien as Charlie just popped it right into the back of the net. And let's see here, you can, well, there we go. There's our wider angle, and there's Charlie there waiting at the doorstep. So quickly, back into this, off the face-off. That was won by Telluride. Tigers dominated the face-off dot in that game against Green Mountain. Quinn O'Neill off to Gus Markley, but Telluride been holding their own so far in this game from that face-off dot. Doomland will wheel it off to O'Neill. Liam Connors with the other one. By the way, we just got word of who number 18 is. It's Cameron Ward. So we will try and commit that to memory as best we can. Tigers, they're able to force a loose ball and trying to get it out of their own zone, and a timeout called just in the nick of time as that ball went whistling wide and out of bounds. We'll take a quick timeout. Tigers lead the Miners 3-1 here on the Erie Tiger Network. And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. By the way, it's Caleb Ward, not Cameron Ward. So thank you to our YouTube stream for, noticing that and correcting us. So thank you, Lars. Appreciate that. All right, 3-1, Erie on top of Telluride here in this first quarter of play. Tigers' offense has really been clicking here through the first quarter. See what kind of adjustments Telluride tries to make here in this timeout. Tigers are having a little bit of time clearing that ball before the timeout. Just at the right time by Coach Mandia. And that's kind of one of the subtle things in lacrosse that now as we roll into our fourth year or so of broadcasting lacrosse that we've started to pick up on as coaches really using those timeouts to save possession, kind of like you see sometimes in basketball to avoid a jump ball. And hey, we're in trouble. We could use a reset here and make sure that we get a good clearance, and that's exactly what the Tigers were able to do there. Mundy on the attack. Out on the near sideline, he'll play it back for Owen Karras, and now up top for Cooper Riley. Tigers, their usual offensive set out here. Burns has it along the numbers. Burns trying to run in, going to take a big over-the-hand shot and buries it home. Burns just absolutely unloaded a howitzer there and buried it home. And Ryan Burns, his first goal of the game, as you see the nice little move to the middle and then just ripping it home. And so Ryan Burns getting in on the scoring action, and now the Tigers lead Telluride 4-1. On what has turned out to be a beautiful day after just a week, feels like almost a week solid of rain. Wouldn't know it though from this angle, that's for sure. Turnover there as that one was lost out of bounds by the Miners. Trying to bring it up the field. Tigers using speed. Janata with it. He whiffled one wide, and I keep saying whiffled, and Coach Mandy, I think, heard that back on the stream and was like, that's a new term in lacrosse for sure. So we'll just stick with it. Why not? Kind of like when you, I guess, flutter a wiffle ball out there is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. Sometimes the mouth moves faster than the brain. That's for sure. Tigers on the attack here, trying to build off a 4-1 lead here in the first quarter play. We've got under 3 minutes left to go here in the first. Cooper Riley with it toward the middle. He thought about maybe taking a big windup after seeing Burns bury that one home. Burns catches it. He rips one home again. Ryan Burns. Oh, it burns so good, and Burns gives the Tigers a 5-1 lead after that scorcher from the far side. You'll see Riley off to Burns there, and Burns just ripped it home. And let's run that back. You'll see Burns right in the back of the net. And Ryan Burns, he's got it going on here. And this one, back-to-back goals for Ryan. So 2 from Charlie, 2 from Ryan Burns, 1 from Connors, and the Tigers lead at 5-1. Now O'Brien with it, behind the net. O'Brien just hanging out, letting maybe a little bit of time trickle off here. Tigers, their scoring has been ridiculous so far this game. Their shooting has been next level like. Mundy has it at the X, now plays it out. Burns has it. 20 yards from net across to Riley. Burns, the ever jitterbug. This time getting tumbled to the ground and somehow kept it in his pocket and then got rid of it but threw it away. Took a shot or two. Good defense that time on the sequence there from Telluride. Telluride trying to get the clearance going. Tigers just kept coming in waves there, and a good job by Telluride. And a long shot, and that one goes just wide. Good recognition there, Lucas Betts. He saw that Selters was out of his net. I thought that was a smart play. Just take the shot, we'll be closest to it. And that was almost cashed from way beyond typical shooting range. Ball's on the ground. Knocked away, still on the ground. Picked up, Telluride had it for a moment. They got it stripped again. Carson Evans doing work there, the senior defenseman. And Evans ultimately chopped that ball out 4 or 5 times. I think he also, well, I was going to say he lost a shoe, but I actually think he's just coming up a little bit limp there. Has one of his ankles taped. Nice pass into the middle. One-touch pass into the back of the net. And that was buried by the freshman Braylon Englehart. And hopefully we didn't miss that one. Let's see here. There's the pass into Englehart, and he buried it home. The Tigers lead it 6-0 here. Replay got a little, or 6-1. Replay got a little stuck. That's all right. We'll also be streaming the orchestra concert tonight here on the Erie Tiger Network, so a full night. That ball picked up by Sean Davidson, trying to get it across to Connors. Connors has a path toward the net. Backhand pass toward Englehart. He missed it. Picked up by Mundy, and he bounces it home. And the Tigers are cooking with gas here in quarter number 1. Seems like everything is finding the back of the net, Everything bouncing right for the Tigers. There's the backhand pass. It was just miscued, picked up by Mundy, and he slams it home. Good camera work by Dylan Greger on that one. And the Tigers, they lead it 7-1 here in the first quarter of play. They have scored. It feels like they've scored every possession. Not quite, but man, this has been an unstoppable force. The Tiger offense. And a timeout is called. So Telluride taking the timeout. And while we have a moment, this game is brought to you by Jen Realty. Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk is an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com. So if any of you Telluride folks are looking to move to Erie, there you go. How about that? So the Telluride team trying to figure out, okay, how do we get back on the right track? We just knocked off a pretty good Lutheran team. We're 13-3 ourselves. We got to right this ship. And so what do you say? What are the right words here? And, you know, we've said this a lot on the Erie Tiger Network over the years. Sometimes it's just a spark of confidence for some of those 15, 16, 17-year-olds, and the tide can turn. If you're Coach Mandia, you just, hey, this is 0-0. Let's keep the pedal to the metal here. 20 ticks left of the clock here in the first period. Telluride on the attack. That's Betts with it. Betts will spin in towards the net. Defended well. Ball knocked away. Pushed in the back. Still a ground ball. Betts trying to scoop it up. Ball deflected. Still on the ground. And the Tigers come away with it. That's evens, and he'll drop it to Selters, and Selters will send a rainbow of a shot in. And O'Brien almost tipped it in, but it stopped at the doorstep. But at the end of one quarter of play, Erie leads Telluride 7-1.
My lonely days are gone. That's why I'm never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you go. Babe, I'm never gonna let you go. No, no, never gonna let you go.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Never gonna let you go. Never gonna let you.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets, cuckoo crusties,
There's no promo, it's just great rates.
and a cider ranch.
For surprisingly great rates and great service, call State Farm agent Jeannie Hulse in Erie today.
Are you looking to buy or sell a new home? Jen McGurk, an experienced real estate agent serving Erie, Vista Ridge, and the surrounding Denver area. For years, Jen has assisted all types of buyers and sellers with their real estate needs. Give Jen a call today at 303-949-3331 or check out Jen Realty online at jenrealty.com.
Front Range Landfill puts all your needs in front of everything else. Front Range Landfill won Erie Chamber of Commerce Business of the Year Award, as well as being featured on national television. We are very proud of our facility and we welcome the opportunity to address your disposal needs. Our focus is on customer service. We strive to achieve easy and rapid access in and out of the facility. We feel certain that we will exceed your expectations of your solid waste disposal requirements. Choose Front Range Landfill for all your landfill needs. You will be pleased.
And welcome back in. start of period number 2, and man, what a dandy of a first period for the Erie Tigers. They lead it 7-1. We'll switch sides here. Tigers are now going right to left on your screen as Janata will dig in at the face-off dot. Janata. Tigers. Janata, a little shove there, and they will call that shove and a little procedure call, and it will be Telluride ball. Markley with it. Working around the outside are the Miners. Tigers defense has been aggressive and pressuring. They've forced a lot of ground balls and turnovers in this one, which have led to some goals. Markley tried to feed it onto the doorstep. Waiting there was Cash Livermore, looking to cash it home, but Tigers did well to defend. On the restart, Telluride has it. Domeland fell over the defender. Now pass to the doorstep. The shot just whistled wide. Goodness. Coach Mandia got that in my head. Now quick off the restart. Burns tried to go backhand, scooped it just wide. That one's picked up. Telluride trying to attack here. They look to have a little more potency to their attack, and that shot just goes wide. And 3 quick shots here, and that one rolls out. Telluride trying to pick up their energy and pace here. Domeland with it. The shot is deflected. Tiger sticks have gotten in the way repeatedly here on this possession, but good energy shown by the Miners trying to dig their way back into this one. Markley with it at the midfield, the freshman midfielder, or excuse me, at the X, the midfielder with it. Kurtz with it. Burns, Kurtz. Couple Burns in this game. Ryan Burns and Burns Kurtz. Turnover there, chopped ball, but Tigers thrown that one right back. That's Tony Ordonez trying to clear it, and he will. He'll get it up to Loudon Domeland. And he has a clear path and wound up and just shot that wide. I'll say Erie the closest to that. See that one going just a little bit wide. Dylan Greger, our cameraman up there, the tight camera, settling in, doing a nice job. That's tough to track the ball. First time doing lacrosse. And he's done a pretty good job here, kind of starting to get comfortable with that. So just want to give him a shout out, one of our students here. That shot is snuffed out by Selters. Nice save there by Colin. And now here comes Janata racing over the midfield. He's got a head full of steam. Little 4-on-4 here off to Mundy. Mundy winds up, fires and buries it home. Davis Mundy put it home, and the Tigers score their 8th goal of the game. And that was set up nicely. Janata, full head of steam, looking. I got options. How about Davis Mundy to my right? And Mundy just cashed it home. And that's his first goal of the night. And the Tigers lead it 8-1. Tigers trying to win it from the faceoff dot here. Ball kicked around. Almost chopped away, and it actually did fall out of the pocket of Gus Markley, and the Tigers pick it up. Davidson trying to get across, steal there. No, that one still on the carpet. Tigers trying to get physical, and here comes the Miners with possession. Holbrook will bring it up here for the Miners. Brady Holbrook will dump it off toward the midfield for Quinn O'Neill. Young team are the Miners. They have 4 seniors by my count. So a team that went 13-3, you got to imagine this squad will be pretty solid next year as well. Tell you right off the restart. Tigers have really clogged up the middle. They have done a good job allowing any type of run into the middle. Little dummy pass there, looking for a cutter. Now near side, that one goes just wide. As we take a peek at that shot. And just missed the net. Now Telluride with it. Stop, spin, shot, bouncer goes long. Goes out the back, rather, and stays with Telluride. The difference, certainly in this game, Erie's shot making has been just incredible. Telluride has had a hard time getting the ball on frame. There's a shot on frame, and there's a goal for Telluride. That was Quinn O'Neill with it. And just out of our view there, so we'll go back to the wide shot. We'll show that again here. There you see Quinn picking it up and ripping it home. Good shot by Quinn O'Neill for Telluride, and they cut a little bit in that Tiger lead down to a 6-goal lead now. 8:55 or 7:55 left here in this half. That was a good couple possessions there for Telluride after really coming up empty time and time again in that first quarter. And now they win another face-off, and so chance to build some momentum here. We'll see what the Tiger defense can do to adjust. Big shot bounced in, and that one just didn't get all of it that time. Was Jay Elliston with that long stick there. And Seltzer shot all the way and pocketed it. Now Charlie O'Brien, he'll wait for the personnel exchange. O'Brien with it on the far side corner. The future catamount hanging out near the G on the football field, rather. Now stuttering. O'Brien. Nice little spin in. O'Brien trying to get to the front of the net. Looking. Jump shot, score! Oh, Charlie O'Brien. My goodness. What a beast. And what a shot. You see Charlie, it was the initial little move there. Oh, man, and we accidentally stopped that replay. Oh, okay, let's try that again. And we're on the wrong one. Okay, we will eventually find our way to that replay. Oh, goodness. Well, we have a moment. Let's do it. There's Charlie out wide. Nice little spin in. Look at just a patented jump shot that he likes doing. Catches goalies off guard. I've never really seen a player do that often. And we see Charlie do it every single game. As that one goes over the head of the intended target, the Tigers leading it 9-2 here. It reminds me of kind of a shortstop in baseball where they backhand it running away from first, and they do that jump throw across the diamond in time. You've seen Derek Jeter and Troy Tulowitzki and all kinds of Trevor Story throughout the years just pull off that move, and Charlie O'Brien has a little bit of that in his offensive game where he's just running away from the net and jumps back and throws it over the shoulder. Fun to watch is Charlie. Charlie. Again, faked the jump that time. Passed across. Riley thought about winding up and firing the long shot, and instead he'll reset. Like that little fake jump. Or jump and fake shot. We don't see that too often from Charlie, but guys start keen on that. That's a good idea. There's no travel called for land on your feet after a jump, so might as well do it. Burns. Off to Connors. Liam. He is so smooth. Oh, rings it off the post is Liam Connors. And that one will roll all the way out toward midfield. Cooper Riley with it and on the attack. Cooper being defended hard by Ordonez. He'll go around a screen, Will Riley. Off to Connors, trying to keep it in his pocket, trying to shovel it in, and Liam getting sandwiched to the turf, and they'll say that stays with Erie. Erie will reset while we have a moment. This was the shot by Liam that rang off the post. Oh, man, that one had some speed. And, oh, man, I am so sorry. As soon as I said that, we just missed a goal, but power of instant replay is nice. So let's show that one to you as Burns came racing in. And Burns burned the goalie for his third goal of the game in the hat trick. Max Reeder just couldn't quite get to it, and Ryan Burns with the goal. Apologize for missing that. But when you have some decent camera operators and some cool replay equipment, you can catch them at least one way or another. Now up the field goes Ashton Karch. Karch in and looking for some help. Mundy with it. Karras off to Charlie O'Brien. 8-goal lead for the Tigers. This Tiger team, tell you what, that loss to Cheyenne Mountain might have been the medicine that this Tiger team needed. They have just looked, I think, more locked in than we have seen on this field really in just about any year. And this is a talented program with a lot of talented players that have gone on to play D1 lacrosse, seems like every year, as that one will go out of bounds. But they just have a little bit of a different edge and look about them. All business-like. In the middle, Englehart tried to dump it backward to O'Brien. Nice pass, O'Brien. Caught there. Mundy fires it home. Nice sequence there from the Tigers. And they find the back of the net. It was a good pass in there. Look at Englehart, the little no-look over-the-shoulder pass across to Mundy. Mundy, little jump shot himself, buries it home. Very nice sequence for the Tigers, and they lead it 11-2. Now ball's loose. Janata will pick it up. Tigers racing in. Janata fires and shoots and scores. Right off the face-off. Janata. Seems like he's good for one of those every game. And Janata winning the face-off, racing in, and firing home. And Janata has widened this gap out to 10 goals with just under 4 minutes to go here in the half. Great stuff. Janata again, clean face-off win. Can he put it on repeat mode? This time off to Connors, and good job getting back defensively, reading that one and picking it clean. I think that was Lucas Betts. And Telluride looking for something. Anything. And Betts will wait for a little tweak in personnel. Now Telluride on the attack. That's Betts with it. Lolly pops it in behind the net. A light little pass that was deflected and saved right at the doorstep by Selters. Now Tigers trying to go quickly. Connors with it. Connors has Mundy on the wing. Fires in. Oh, what a catch, a spin, and a goal by Charlie O'Brien. Another fantastic sequence, and the Tigers are clicking on all gears right now. The pass off to the side, Connors smoothly delivers, and just unselfish play, and O'Brien buried it home. The Tigers are celebrating a festival of goals here in this one. Here in the quarterfinals, leaving no doubt that they have a date in the semis on Saturday. That game would be, I think, just after noon at DU. Long shot and a nice save by Selters and a penalty on Erie. Now, Telluride, a restart. Looking to attack the Tiger net here. One goal in the first quarter, one here in this quarter. They've just struggled to build off momentum. They opened the quarter with 2 or 3 really solid possessions. As there's a nice little defensive play. Once again by Engelhardt, the freshman. The mass media student will race in. Braylon with it. Braylon, an exceptional lacrosse player for a freshman. Also a really good student. O'Brien. With it now toward midfield. O'Brien. Looking, gets shoved from behind. He was kind of ran into a triple team there and nowhere to go. Now back the other way go the Miners. Pass in there was kind of tipped on net. Selter somehow got a piece of that and trying to come up with it. We're missing another Miner, number 1. We don't have him on our roster, so once again help us out here, Telluride fans. Who is number 1? Thank you, Daniel Green, for updating the log of scores within our chat. Tiger fans, don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, Erie Tiger Media. Don't forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit the notification icon so you're notified every time we go live, or in this case, as we go live and it's on private on accident, and then we have to make it public. And even though we think we're streaming, you can't see it. And then, well, guess what? Then you can find us once we do go live because your notification will go off. So how about that? But a 13-2 lead here for the Tigers. An 11-goal difference. And actually, if Erie scores again, that would activate the running clock. So if you are Telluride, this is kind of back against the wall time. If you have any hope left in this game, you have to make sure that that clock is not a running clock. Now, I'm pretty sure that once it dips below 12, it goes back to stoppage, but I'm not sure. I guess it does not. Okay, so yeah, this is do or die time. Almost a must-execute situation here for the Miners. And that shot goes wide. Less than a minute left here in this half. Miners looking to bank one home. Tigers trying to defend here. That's Cooper Anderson pushing way out of net. Tigers playing some pretty sticky defense here in this first half. Behind the net, spin, stumble, walking through the crease, and a turnover. Cash Livermore couldn't quite keep possession, and the Tigers, with 12 seconds left, have a chance to activate the running clock. Lollipopped down the field. That one is caught by a minor, and that should end any threat, and that will end the first half of play. But a wonder half for the Erie Tigers. They lead it 13-2. We'll take a timeout for halftime here on the Erie Tiger Network.
You know that feeling you get when your life is about to change? It's terrifying, sure, but isn't it exciting? You may not know with certainty what lies ahead, but that's what makes life, well, life. And even when the scene in the rear view is hard to leave behind, take a deep breath, hold on tight, and remember, there's no better way to move than forward.
Do you want a better smile, have a broken bracket, or are you a teenager in need of some braces? Then make your way down to Caraway Orthodontics. They are located in Louisville and Erie. Caraway Orthodontics supports Erie High School and its community. Come in and gain a beautiful smile for children, teens, and adults. They also provide Invisalign. Call this number 303-828-0454 or go to CarawayOrtho.com.
Jeff Foxworthy here. You know, if you've ever found yourself repeating the same thing for 75 years, you might be Smokey Bear.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Well, thing is, there's a lot more to say. Like if you've ever found yourself burning yard debris and then walking away, well, you might be starting a wildfire. So for the love of the outdoors, go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Do you have a plan in place for your family's future in the event something happens to you? Are you caring for aging parents, grandparents, or a loved one with special needs? The Germany law firm named 2017 Erie's Chamber Business of the Year provides expert legal guidance and peace of mind for you and your family in the areas of probate, elder law, and estate planning. Visit Germany Law Firm's Erie Village office or website at coelderlaw.net to set up a personalized consultation.
Sherry Bond is your hometown real estate expert who has passionately been helping people develop winning game plans for their home goals since 1994. Her offense and defense are bar none when it comes to negotiations. Sherry believes honesty and compassion are the keys to seller service. With hundreds of happy clients, you can be confident that when you are working with Sherry Bond, you are working with a team player that truly cares about you for life.
And welcome back in, Erie Tiger Network. It is halftime here, about 7 minutes or so till we start half number 2. I'm sure some of these will not be the greatest replays, but most of them will be pretty good. But why don't we show all the first half highlights here, and there were plenty. And the first goal to get things started was Charlie O'Brien, and he just ripped that one. I mean, ripped it just underneath the pipe, and that's how really the whole first half would go for the Tigers. They would just perfectly place their shots. Telluride, they answered right back, 1-1 off the little bouncer at the doorstep. And so this one was tight early, or at least that's how it would, at least we thought it would go. Then Liam Connors, just the nice little fake shot, streak in, and he buries it home. That'd make it 2-1 Tigers at that time. And then you saw Burns, the nice pass across, and I believe that was Charlie O'Brien that buried that one home also for the Tigers. Then Burns, he wanted to get in on the scoring action. He would score 2 straight, including this howitzer that was ripped past the goalie. And he scored again from a tough angle out near that far side, and it was the little feed to him, and then he gathered that and ripped that home, and that one was a little bit too tight, but then Dylan started settling in and figuring out how to shoot this lacrosse game. Tigers, they really in transition, they were potent, and they made, there was Englehart with the goal. They made Telluride pay a lot for the transition game. There's another transition opportunity for the Tigers, and that time it was Davis Mundy cashing that one home. And there was a shot that whistled just a little bit wide, and that's kind of how Telluride's half went. Another shot that just went wide of the net. It just seemed like Telluride could not find the back of the net. And another save there by Selters. And he quickly got it up and out of play. And actually, so we cataloged a replay, and then we had to do it again because Janata came in, found Mundy off the wing, and he sent it home. Tigers continuing their outside. Another wide shot. I mean, that's just a microcosm of the first half. Tigers, their shooting was incredible. Telluride just missing there. They did cash one here on the nice bouncer in, and that would be their second goal of the half. And, yep, just saw that one bounce in. And Tigers would answer right back, though. Charlie O'Brien, his patented little jump shot, running away, tucking it under the crossbar. He delivered that one to really widen out the gap. And then Liam Connors, who else? Oh, right off the post. Well, Liam, he has hit the post a lot this year. But he just, that's where everything's on frame with Liam, it seems like, when he shoots. Burns, the nice little run in and the jump shot from the side. He buried that one home. And I think the Tigers maybe had one more. And look at this sequence. Englehart over the head, no look, picked up. O'Brien, almost a no look. Mundy fires it home. Actually, there was one more beautiful, maybe two more beautiful sequences. I think Janata here just racing in and buries it. Tigers, nice little save there off the line was Selters late in the half. And then how about this one? The pass up, once again in transition, the Tigers, as there's Mundy from Connors to O'Brien, the catch, the backhand, the no-look, everything about that so sweet. And the Tigers leading it 13-2 and just dazzling us with their prolific goal scoring here in this first half of play. That was your first half recap. We're going to take another timeout. When we come back, we'll have the start of half number 2 here on the Erie Tiger Network.
If you ever wanted to support the Erie Tiger Network, the student media arm of Erie High School, well, now you can. We have set up a Patreon page. There's a way for you to send us a monthly pledge in order to provide funding for the program, as well get access to reward tiers. As a Tiger fan, you get the satisfaction in knowing you are helping out your favorite local media organization. As a member of the ETN fan club, you are officially recognized on air and can receive ETN goodies throughout the year. As an in-broadcast red sponsor, you get to sponsor a specific segment of any broadcast. For more information, email bird_brandon at sbbsd.org. This is a $25 per month commitment. As an appreciator of Erie's live broadcast of the weekly news, you can help support this program by becoming one of our patrons by going to bit.ly/ETN Patreon.
You are watching the ETN.
Kicking off the season celebrating 35 years of serving our local community. Whether you're a contractor or a homeowner with a do-it-yourself project. At Budget Home Supply, we value a more personal relationship with our customers. Hey, Ernest.
Hey, Vern.
Whether you have a project in your kitchen or bathroom, a new outside deck, or just some general home improvements, indoors or out, come on down to Budget Home Supply.
And welcome back in here. Half number 2 about to get started here. Tigers, they are 1 goal away from running clock. So this is a big moment for this Telluride minor team. We talked about their successful season that they have had over the course of this 2023 campaign. The minors matching 13-3 record. They were 9-1 in league play and first in the 4A Mountain League. And they had some big wins. Crested Butte 13-2, Montrose 18-5. It was an 18-2 win over Durango, a 12-0 win over Crested Butte, 18-2 over Grand Junction, 15-8 over Eagle Valley in the first round of the playoffs. So not used to getting smacked around so hard, and we'll see how this minor team responds. Their biggest loss of the year was to this Erie team. So their other 2 losses were by 2 goals or less. So Erie just has, it seems like, their number this year. Into the middle. That's Betts with it. Betts looking for some help. Den Hartog trying to chase him around to use that long stick. Trying to prod it away. Now Domeland has it. Out to Markley. Markley will reset the offense here. Well away from goal. Just out of frame. Markley will race on from that far side. Pass in toward the X. Ball movement out front. The shot is deflected. Otherwise, that was a pretty good looking shot and a good passing sequence. Ball still loose. Tigers finally pick it up. That's Den Hartog with it off to Selters. Nice little move there. And the Tigers trying to clear. If the Tigers score here, that will activate running clock for the remainder of this game. Tigers on the attack. O'Brien with it. Charlie. And they'll reset here. It's Burns. Burns, I believe, has a trio of goals as Owen Karras to Cooper Riley. Tigers setting in their usual personnel here. Riley with it. Riley trying to put a move on. Pass in. It was deflected off the stick of Burns right between his hands. Now Karras had a little opening. Scoots it into the far post. And Owen Karras, his first goal, and that makes it a 12-goal lead, and that will activate the running clock for the remainder of this game. As you see Karras in there and just squeaking it in to that far side post. And a good camera work there by Dylan Greger, and the Tigers, they have done it, a 12-goal lead in the playoffs, in the quarterfinal. And they have come in just as focused as can be. Janata with it. We've seen a whole lot of Janata today. As Davidson has it right back to Liam Connors. Tigers will gladly let time melt off here. Burns, or nope, and there's another goal. That was Owen Karras, back-to-back goals. As the clock will continue to roll on here, and look at Karras here. Almost the same spot. This time, instead of going far post, bounced it 5-hole. At least in hockey, that's what we call it. So I'll call it that here. The Tigers have put the puzzle together the last 2 games. Can they keep it up for what would be an epic 2-game finish to their campaign? Can they do that? Burns with it. Burns out near midfield. Burns will drop it here to Parker Pruitt. Aiden Quam also in the game. He's got the ball now for the Tigers. Quam off to Mundy. It's Mundy with it on a Tuesday. And now he'll reset with Pruitt. Pruitt way out of net. He likes to attack. Pruitt in toward O'Brien. Charlie moving it quickly. Connors weaving through the defense. Put it right into the gut of Max Reeder. Tell you what, where's that name familiar, Max Reeder? Telluride fans, does he play another sport up there? Racing in Reeder's shot is high. Or excuse me, that Telluride shot is high. If you're Coach Mandia, how long do you play some of these starters out here? It's always, I think, a tough job for a coach to figure out. You have certain things you want your team to figure out. As there's a bouncing goal by Hudson Den Hartog, and that gets the Erie fans riled up. And Den Hartog, the long stick, racing in, bouncing it home. And we'll have to look up. We don't see Hudson afforded the opportunity to put too many shots on net. And in fact, in this campaign for the Tigers, Hudson, I believe that is his first goal of the season. How about that? No. Yep, first goal of the year. He does have an assist. That's in a stalwart along the back for the Tigers. Just doesn't get in the mix too often on this side of the field. But making the most of it that time for Erie. 16-2 the score here. In the middle, weaving through traffic, shooting and scoring is who else? Charlie O'Brien. And so Charlie, he'll score another goal here and just, no, excuse me, that was Liam Connors with it. Beg your pardon, that was Liam Connors.
Sorry, Liam Connors with that goal for the Tigers.
And Liam Connors, he was looking like Charlie out there with all the moves. Ashton Karch will win the face-off. Tigers still dominating. And a turnover there for Telluride. Erie will face the winner of Dakota Ridge and Northfield. And then 2 days later on Monday night, if they were to win, that would be a state championship game. The Tigers have never made it to the state championship game. Is this the year? Tigers taking their time here. That's Tyler Chivukula with it. And we'll have to get the correct pronunciation from one Mr. Paul Stasina there, because I don't know. Shivakula. There's a shot. That one just zipped a little bit wide. Sean Davidson on that shot. Shivakula making moves. Now Trent Torshier couldn't quite hold on to that one. And I think Coach Mandia answered our question as when we might start seeing some other faces for the Tigers. Erie off a restart here, under 3 minutes to play in this third quarter. What were you asking? How many quarters? Oh, 4. Shot in and a goal. And I believe that was Tyler Shivakula. Actually, I'm not sure. Who was that there on the far side? And there's the goal, and it was buried home. And yeah, that was Trent Torshier with it. So his first goal of the game, 16-goal lead for Erie. And I can't imagine there are too many times in the playoffs where there are 16-goal victories. Now, I say that, but Cheyenne Mountain just did it to Windsor 22-6. Well, okay. How many 17-goal victories are there? And if you look at Erie and what they've done, so today, 18 goals for the Tigers as they continue with possession in the offensive end. Parker Pruitt now with it. They scored 16 against Cherokee Trail. They scored 19 against Fruita Monument. That was their highest output of the year, was that 19-4 win up in Fruita. Something about Erie playing Western Slope teams activates the score button. They scored 14 against Telluride as well. Under a minute to play here in quarter number 3. Tigers looking to make it back to the semifinals. Last year, Erie, semifinal game loss to Cheyenne Mountain by 2 goals, 9-7, and Cheyenne Mountain would go on to win the state title. And the year before, Tigers would lose a heartbreaker again in the playoffs. It was the quarterfinals, but they lost 9-8 to Cheyenne Mountain. As that will end the third quarter. Of course, the year before that was COVID, and the inaugural year, man, that was a good roster as well for the Tigers. They lost in the playoffs in the second round to the eventual state champions, Golden. We're going to take a timeout. Tigers lead it big here on the Erie Tiger Network. Welcome back in here, Erie Tiger Network. 12 minutes left in this one, and actually, literally 12 minutes. We will be done with this game at 5:27. As there is the opening face-off of the final quarter of play. And final quarter of play for some of these Telluride seniors. Some of you watching all the way at home, because it's a long drive. Kai DePagger, Telluride senior, Troy Ordonez, Fenton Cole, and Jacob Martin. Those are your 4 seniors for Telluride. Erie will get called with a penalty. On the push. Try and get some other names in here for you. If you're an Erie fan, get to see some other guys. Aiden Hill, I see him in there. And Sam Beach in net, the sophomore. The heir apparent maybe here to Colin Selters. Older brother Tim, Erie Tiger great. I think his older brother still plays for the Blue Hens. I might be wrong on that. I thought he went to Delaware, and I'll have to double check with Sam. I see Seth Mendenhall in there for Erie. Let's see, I see Camden Swan in there as well for Erie. Good block by Mendenhall. Picked up by Davidson. Also, Kyan Goshorn in there for the Tigers. Tigers get across to Marcus Vok. Vok with it. Off on the far side to Mundy. Parker Pruitt now. One of these freshmen. Not a ton on the varsity roster for the Tigers. You have Englehart, Davis Quam, and Parker Pruitt. Your only 3 freshmen on the roster. Pruitt with it. Nice little pass by Pruitt. It was basically slapped out of the air by Vok. Just couldn't quite tuck it inside the post, right into the bread basket of Johnny Katz, the goalie now in net for Telluride. Quinn O'Neill with it. He's one of the 2 goal scorers today for Telluride. Weaving through the defense and burying it home, and then taking a shot there was Langston Silbergeld.
Goal by number 14, Langston Silvergate. Makes the score 18-3.
That first goal, I'm still not sure who scored that for Telluride, that first goal. But Silbergeld puts one on the board, and it's now 18-3. Put the third goal on for. Shot, a nice save there by Beach. Under 8 minutes to play here. Cheyenne Mountain, they're playing Air Academy today. That's a rematch of last year's state championship game. Air Academy had one of the more miraculous comebacks and just games in general that I think I've ever seen last year. And it was their goalie that just went crazy, and they would beat Denver South in overtime 11-10. That was just one of those games that unforgettable if you were there. Evergreen and Steamboat, the other quarterfinal, that one just faced off about 20 minutes ago, and then Dakota Ridge and Northfield at Jeffco Trailblazer Stadium. They start at 7. Tigers on the attack here, looking for goal number 19. Now it's Cooper Riley with it. Cooper. Pass out to the near side. That's Pruitt. Riley with it at the X, goes around a little screen to Mundy. Shivakula. And Erie is happy to just work the ball around the edges here. Pruitt into the middle, catch, nope, couldn't quite hold it in his pocket, was Vach, tried to shoot it on net in one fell swoop and got it chopped out of the netting of his stick. And now Telluride trying to clear. Nice little strip there. Was Vach into the middle. Mundy couldn't quite hold on. Telluride with it right back. Up on that far side. Hanging around the edges. Mason Schinicker, our camera operator on our main cam. Dylan Greger, our other camera operator, in on the tight cam. See that tight cam right there, doing a good job. He's done a really good job of following the action. Good catch there across the midfield, but then a good defensive play to chop it away. I am almost certain that NFHS will be broadcasting that semifinal game from DU on Saturday at, what time did we say that was? There's a goal.
Goal by number 10, Kai DePetker. Score now 18.
All right, that was Kai DePatker with it, and he buried it just underneath the crossbar. Telluride fans happy to see their kiddos, their sons out there still playing hard and scrapping. As they'll have a long drive back, and I'm believing that the weather looking a little bit better than it has for that drive over the mountains. As that ball will roll out, Karch on the face-off, and he'll let it roll out because that will stay with Erie. 3 minutes to play in this one. And as we said, we think the game is around noon time on Saturday. The 5A, in case you're wondering, Cherry Creek is the 1 seed in 5A. They're playing Denver South, the 8th seed, today. Mountain Vista, the 5 seed, heading to 4 seed Legend. Regis, the 3 seed, they're taking on 6 seed Kent Denver. And Valor, the 2 seed, they're taking on Arapahoe. This Erie team played a handful of those 5A teams. They lost to Kent Denver 16-9. That was probably their toughest loss of the year. Tigers' other 2 losses came to Shine Mountain and in overtime against Rock Canyon, as there is a goal for Erie and Aiden Quam. And Quam delivered it right from the doorstep. So maybe one more possession here. Quam, or excuse me, Karch, getting pinballed around. Pass goes wayward, and that'll be a turnover there. Under a minute to play here, and Telluride parents and fans wanting them to go for one more strong run of play here. All these players still on the field, still hungry for a goal on both sides. Turnover there. 20 ticks left. This last little possession here should do it. So once again, thanks to Mason Shinneker up top, as well as Dylan Greger. For everyone across the Erie Tiger Network, I'm so glad you could join us. I'm Brandon Bird. Thank you for joining us. And Telluride just fires it out of play, and that will do it. Final score, 19-4. Tigers win it. Thanks for joining us. And Tigers are moving on to Saturday. And depending on how the schedule falls for Erie, that could very well be our last sporting broadcast of the year. So special thanks to everyone across the Erie Tiger Network who made this year special. For all of them, I'm Brandon Bird. Until next time, Tiger fans.